Hey there. Fear is not real. It is the distortion of your perception of reality. You see, nothing is fearful in the world except how we interpret them. Now, this is the reason why God told Joshua not to be afraid. Why? Because there's nothing to be afraid in the world except for how we perceive them. So, fear is a product of our perception, and perception is a product of how we interpret reality. Now, if what you are seeing and perceiving and interpreting is dangerous to you, if your interpretation of something is dangerous to you, that will trigger an emotion that will cause flight in your body. All right. So, in other words, the reason why we fear is based on how we interpret things. Why is it that babies are never born afraid of anything? Actually, babies are only born with two types of fear: the fear of a loud sound and the fear of falling. The rest of these other fears, they learn as they grow up, meaning that fear is something that is taught. So, fear is external, it is not internal. We were not born afraid, we were taught to fear. And because we were taught to fear, we believed whatsoever we were taught. And thus it has become our reality. So, what you are afraid is something that you were taught. So, it is your interpretation of the information that came to you that then became, that then injected into you the idea of fear. Otherwise, you were not born to fear. And you can change that by just believing that you are bold and courageous and fearless and trusting God to take you through. Otherwise, there is nothing to fear in this world, not even fear itself, because you are bold than you think.